All right, thank you very much. And tikupitilira ndi lesson yathu and you are with me, Remy Gakwaya. Actually, I'm still your trainer on this particular lesson. So at the end of the day, we ended up here. So we set up this and lesson yathu inangotera pamenepo. So what we are going to do, tifuna tionjezere abapa tipite kuku tikapangise kuti you new student tizilowesa information abapa. Information izi zizienda direct ku database yathu through the server, because in this minute tinanena kuti from new student from new student tikangolowesa zinthu mu fomu muja, zinthu izozo tizitumiza ku ujeni ku server, and the server PHP yathu ndi imeneyi. So going back to graphic, so the user azilemba zinthu awapa, alemba zina, provide name, akenako alemba location, provide location, apanga submit. Akangopanga submit, zinthuzi zifunika zizioneka uku, because all these things are coming from the database. So as long as these things are coming from the database, then whatever is added into database has to be shown here. All right. So how are we going to start that? We should start with few things, and one of the thing is now to set up this on the part of the code. So let us go for coding now. Okay. So if you remember, we made two methods, three actually. Method number one, the get all student, which we didn't use for a specific reason. We'll see as we go. But ina tinanapanga ndiya outline. Iso inali yomweyo yopeza student, all of them, but yaikulu inali get student by ID, add a new student, and search. Yes, get student by ID, which was search, and the add new student. So leloli ababa chimenelipanga, we are going to focus on this particular add new student so that we can see how we add. So if you didn't catch up when he was working on this, please focus, go back to this particular video, look how we added, because we are not going to touch anything. This method is functioning well, so we are not going to touch anything apart from just using it. So as we did here, you remember we did this particular thing, so we are going to do almost the same, but on a little bit we are going to change few things. So one of the things that we have been told is when we add student here, we need to go by, we need to be brought back to this part, and we need to see the student added in this particular list. And if that is happening, okay, then we will be in the very, very good position. Let's see. I think everything is good. So what we are going to do now is going back to our coding part and start coding. So most of the thing we're going to do it in the server. Chimelipanga mserver uyu timpanga comment stikumfunaso. So titana condition. So we go to use condition. So mmene timapanga code moja timayamba na kuuza kuti input zatu nazipasa name. It's not common, koma ineyo naipasa zina kuti iyi nditandize wina wake. So this is the time so that my button ija inditandiza zina zake. All right. So what I'm going to do, this is for add new student. I'm going to check if add new student has been activated by using is set. So is set in the user. What is happening then? Is set in the user is set in the user kuti muntu uja waikidwa zinthu kapena ayi. And remember we are sending to the database using post. So ngati tatumiza using post, Google. So we have to get those particular content using posts. All right. Okay. So I'll do that, and I will use my posts array, associative array, and in that associative array I will check if ins has content or has been sent, because that's the main simple explanation. Is it will be having content only when it has been sent to the server. Otherwise, anytime you check it, it will not have anything until it has been sent. And that particular moment tizimene tufuna lyang'ane kuti kuli zina za kili chose mu array ya ans. And if this is set, then yeah, it's good to go. There is something in it. And one of the thing here we are going to do now, as I said, we are going to use the method, exactly the method, this method, add new student, and add new student, and we are going to do almost the same dba because that exists. But now, instead of passing value direct, we should get those values from the other side. Yeah, from the post. So we are going to get to the post, and checking in the post, we are going to check the thing that we said. So we said the first value tikang'oyang'ana ababa uyu tinampasa zina lanji. Let's see, and uyu tinampasa zina lanji. So from here we said input and name, again the name, and we now you input we now you name again the jani by location. So ukangopanya izizi zivura, you make sure that they are exactly the way they are. So hapa name enako we have $, and posts. I don't know why PHP choose $. Yeah, so that's another lesson on another time. But here we should write location. Okay. After doing that, if that is the way, then the method is finished. We are done. So when we do this, we are almost done. Actually, we are totally done. But there is one more issue, because if we do the way it is, and if exactly this method is still working and it's working, then this student will be added. But according to the need, we should do the adding, and when we add, we go back here. So it has to come back here and show something, or show the number of students whoever added is showing on the list. Tikangopita papa kulowesa zinthu papa tifunika tilibwerere ukuku tibweze apapa tionese kuti munthu uja talowesa. How are we going to do that? Then we are going to use one of the code, which is we have used header once. So header will assist us to redirect to a different page, but in this case we want to go to the same exact page. So if that's the case, then we need to get from the server the calling page of this page we are in. Tifunika tipeze page imene ikuitana page imene tulimo, because this particular part ababa tiziitana kuti amene aitana page iyi ndi ndani. That's what we are going to do. Who is calling server php ndi ndani. Ngati uyoyo tikamuziwa, tipita back to the same sender, whoever called this page ndi amene tibwerera kwa ameneyo, and then life goes on. So we are going to have header, and from header, I think header is a method, right? Yeah, header is a method, and we should have a string. From there, we are good. So in this case, we are going to have location. With this location, we should now specify how are we going to get the whoever have coded this page is by going back to the another associative array which is called server, and in this server we want to check, and the server want to check the http reference, http referral, yeah, http, yeah, that's the way it should be, yeah, http, yeah, that's exactly the way it should be. You can get more details when you go to the documentation of PHP and on the server, and you can know what is in this particular array, but there is a lot. You can know the file name that you are current in. So if you're making a certain project and you want to know exactly the file name you are working on or whatever, it's all about you deciding to know and to work on. So with this, I'm sure everything is now set, and we can now be able to try our application and add few more student and see. So remember, the first thing is ANS must be the name of the button that you are using to send that content. Yeah, that's what number one. Number two, the name and the name location should be exactly the same as you wrote the other side or the other documentation. So if here you have any mistake, this content will not be well represented, or if you have switched them, this will be another problem. So make sure that you just ungofasa uyang'ane bwinobwino kenako upange zinthu zoti zikuthandize bwino. So let us try. If it fails, that's one of good thing. If it works, that's another good thing. So okay, so we have this refreshed. We have here, what did I do here, man? So you see, I added something that I didn't supposed to add. Let me see what I added. It was here. Yeah, here it is. Oh, yeah. Refresh it back. Okay, so here I will say the guy that I know who I want to add in this database is called it's called what? It's called Chifunilopili. I don't know, man. Okay, and then location yake uyuyu amakala ku Chibwata Ntanda. So this guy, Mr. Chifunilopili, stays in Chibatantanda. This guy is going to be added direct in the database, and we expect if everything is working well, the code we wrote will take us back to this particular page. But as long as that this is our active number one, so it will reach to this. So let's see. Okay, so Chifunilopili indeed has been added, and he's coming from Chibwata, and that's one of the good thing. But also, if I will add Mr. Who, I'll be adding now my student who are following online, so that we can be able to use the proper names, because some other people here I don't even know them. So let's use Nan Ntomba Isike. This guy stays in where? Pajanadi in Zomba Wamengwe. I don't know. Zomba kwa Mengwe. Yeah. Yes, Nantomba Kaisike is staying in Zomba, and this is number 10. Yeah, so this means some of the work we are doing is really going a bit well, and we are moving toward the end. So let's end for here up to for today so that we can be able to practice this, try this for this particular lesson and keep on asking questions. But I'll give you one homework. I want you, because I said you need to reduce this. I'm sure you have to do that to make sure that it look like mine. But I showed it also, so make sure that you decide the number, you change the number. But another thing I want you to do, I want you to do this. So show me when you are using search student, because the same way, the same method, and I will come to guide you. So the homework is use the search student and show how you have done it, so that if there's anything that I can help, I can add or I can reduce. Yeah, and because we can't share the screenshot in the YouTube, still find a way to share your code so that we can be able to see the code and work together. Until next time, this is Remy Gakwaya from Technolab. We are where technologies are being created, and we believe that we can change lives of underprivileged community by introducing technologies, training them in software development, and empowering them in creating solutions that matter not only for themselves but the community and the world and the globe in general. See you until next time. This is from Technolab, Remy Gakwaya. Bye.